Hi guys, welcome back to our channel.
In today's video, we're going to be talking about relationship advice.
So what we're going to do is we've got some points for you and we're going to be discussing them together to try and help some of you guys out there that are in relationships and are not quite sure what to do in these situations.
Well, let's get into the video then. Our first point is jealousy. When it comes to a relationship, whether it's a long-term or short-term, there's always going to be jealousy involved. When it comes to jealousy, you just cannot escape it. In the past, when Chelsea has gone out with her friends, it's always been like a struggle for me sitting at home, worrying what she's up to. Me and Chelsea have nearly been together for 4.5 years. The worrying is kind of gone, and I'm sure you can agree with me.
Yeah, we don't really get jealous that much anymore. I mean, it was something that was big in the start of our relationship, but now I find it's just kind of disappeared.
Exactly. It's just sometimes little things like, who you going out with, like, what are you doing? And I know them kind of things, but it's just not exactly. But it's not necessarily anything very big.
Okay, so when it comes to me dealing with jealousy, there tends to be situations where obviously as we said, we don't really get that jealous anymore. But when there comes to situations like that, the best thing to do is obviously speak to your other half first. So in the beginning of a relationship, you tend to jump to conclusions. You don't want to tell your other half that you are jealous. You kind of end up having a big argument about it, say, oh no, it's nothing, when really you're jealous. So exactly. My advice is to say that just tell your other half what the problem is, speak to them properly and actually state why it is you're jealous and what the reasons for. The
other half might not even know about the problem. So you might be jealous over something that they don't even know they're doing wrong. So instead of arguing about it, you should let them know, and then they'll end up being like, okay, I'm not going to do that again. I know what the problem is. I understand where you're coming from, and then the problem will be resolved.
But the important part, I think, is the other half has to also understand and not call you stupid if they think it's a silly reason. I think that you need to obviously both understand what's going on, and if they're not understanding, then maybe you need to have a separate conversation with them and say, look, it might seem silly to you, but to me it's a big thing. So I think that's how you deal with jealousy.
This kind of relates back to jealousy. It's when you obviously have an argument. A lot of relationships, how they deal with an argument, one person talks, another person, well, they don't talk, they shout.
All capitals.
Yeah, all capital. Wait, you're talking on text, aren't you?
Yeah.
Right, if you're talking on text, you have an argument, it's a bit more of an issue because you can't get a reply as quick as you would be in person.
Yeah, and you can't see the other person's facial expressions either, so you don't know if they're being blunt or if they're trying to have a laugh about something. It's completely different over text messaging.
Okay, about 2 weeks ago, me and Chelsea had a little bit of a bicker, and so she ended up calling me, and she ended up saying we're gonna sort this argument in a mature way. She ended up saying her opinion on the situation or on the point that she had. Then I end up agreeing or disagreeing, and then I end up saying my opinion on that topic. And then I maybe had a problem, I end up speaking about the problem, and then we just end up resolving things very quietly, peacefully, and after the phone call we ended up waking up the next morning and we was happier than on a different morning. Well, for me at least.
Well, no, it's true, because then if you carry on with the argument and then you don't resolve things, then you end up being off with each other, then the next day you're still off with each other.
I hate being off with each other, especially like if we have an argument a night before and then in the morning we wake up and we're still not in the greatest terms, and it just really bugs me. I just want to sort things out. I think you'll definitely feel the difference if you have that phone call and you resolve things very peacefully. So you guys should definitely try that.
But I think the main part of all of that, having the phone calls, is obviously being mature about the situation, and actually both of you wanting to resolve it. There's a lot of times that you'll have arguments where you'll both think you're right, and say I'll be shouting at Peter saying, oh, you did this, but then he'll be saying, yeah, but you did this and you did this. So we're not being mature about the situation, and therefore it's not going to get resolved if we both think we're in the right.
Exactly.
So after the fact of actually resolving what the problem is, then you kind of, I know for me, when we have an argument, it takes me like a good half an hour to an hour to actually calm down and think, okay, I was out of line there.
And then she ends up calming down, and then she apologises after in a very mature way. because she understands what she was doing wrong, what she was saying wrong, and then vice versa. So
okay, I think that's it on that point. So let's move on to the next one.
the last point we have is things to do in a relationship. This occurs a lot when it comes to me and Chelsea.
Wow.
Me and Chelsea have been together for quite a while now, so we tend to get bored of things and we don't really have things to do. So we have wrote down a few things that you can do with your other half.
So one of the things we've got written down is that you can do a movie night at home. So I know when you go out to the cinema, it's really expensive now. So instead you can gather together some movies. So we make our own nachos. What we do is we go to Asda, buy some Doritos. So Peter has a thing for ready salted crisps, so he likes to get anything salty. Then we get our own cheese.
Grate the cheese. We put the cheese over the top of the nachos, just pop it in the microwave for like less than a minute. Cheese is nice and melted, and then you're ready to go.
So that's the first thing we like to do. The second thing is
we like to go out and feed the fishes. As boring as that sounds, it actually is a loads of fun. If you have any bread laying around, take it, go to the nearest park.
Like canal or river, anywhere where there's big fishes. The place we go to, they're giant.
They come up to the surface with the mouth open, and then me and Chelsea throw the bread in like balls, and then we get them in their mouth.
I'll see if I have a video. If I do, I'll insert it here. We tend to buy like 4 or 5 loaves of bread.
Because it tends to be really addictive. Another thing we tend to do is just go out for a nice walk. If you have a dog or you have like a sister, you can take her for a walk. You can take her to the park. You know, go on some swings and just have a nice walk. Some fresh air will always do you good.
So another thing we often do, this is usually something we do on the phone if we're both bored, or we have been known to do it in person sometimes, but we play something called the question game.
In this way, we're on the phone to each other, and then we have to basically ask the other half questions about like your body, pretty much.
So for example, Peter's got a mole above his eyebrow here, so he'll say to me on the phone, Chelsea, there's a mole on the right side of my face, whereabouts is it? And then I'll have to...
You just said it's on the right hand side of my face.
Yeah, but I have to say whereabouts because you've got like this one here and this one here. And you can say you've got 2 and I have to say the specific place of where it is.
So it's just them little kind of detail that your other half pays attention to, and you just ask them questions and they answer it. It's just a little fun game to play with the other half.
Which sounds a bit weird and silly and childish, but we haven't done it for a while, but we
tried.
we attempted to do it last night, but someone's internet went down, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't know who you want about.
But what we end up doing on Minecraft is we end up, say, building our dream house, or I don't know.
Just mess about.
Yeah, but we've built, like, Peter used to, like, build this big cannon thing. So a picture will be in the next clip.
Let's go have some fun.
And then it's back to us.
The last thing we have that you can do with your other half is play board games, like such as Monopoly. I remember a couple of months ago when me and Chelsea played like Cluedo. It does take a little bit of money because you have to go and buy out the game unless you just have it laying around in your house. Then you can always just play it.
Yeah, so we enjoy playing board games together sometimes. I mean, it's not the most fun thing, you know, but if you're on a budget or you've got no money that weekend, because let's face it, struggles.
So this was our video on relationship advice. If you really enjoyed it, then please leave a like.
So comment down below if you enjoyed this video, and please hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of these kind of videos.
If you don't, we'll find you and we will kill you. Well, first we will make them subscribe and then we'll kill you.
We're thinking to do a part 2 of this video, so if you have any questions that you want to have answered on here, you can private message us on Twitter or Instagram, and we'll leave the links down below in the description box.
If you have any problems with your other half, or if you're lacking things to do, you can always message us and we can always give you some ideas. It's not like we're professionals or we know everything about a relationship. You know, it's always good to get some sort of advice from a different person.
Yeah, so if you want to do that, go ahead, and what we'll do is we'll put it in our next video. So we'll keep your names out of it. It'll be anonymous unless you want us to add your names in, of course.
Yes.
And we'll answer some of your questions. So that's it for us today, guys. We'll see you next time.
See you later.
Bye.
It's just them small jelly things they just...
Small jelly things. jelly.
Did I say jelly?
These small jelly things.
Oh no.
Oh god.
No, I can't compose that. I'm already. If your other half loves you, it's more. Fuck. If your other love, fuck. Darling, I don't like you being in the room.
Okay, I'm gonna leave this room for. Leave the room for this part, so he can do it by himself.
Don't leave me.
Get anything salty. Then let's get finishing with this video because I've got 3 minutes till I have to put my potatoes in the oven. So.
What are we making, Chelsea?
Roast dinner.
Oh.
I'm making.
Listen, you're meant to make me look good.
Alright, we're making it together.
I'm making it together.
Yes.
It's gonna be love, loads of love, and potatoes.